Hi, I am Vanity Witch, and I am the person who is the face of Orphic, the person who created Orphic. And I wanted to talk a little bit about myself, right? As I go through and draw bit by bit. So the characters that I am drawing right now are Kale and Felicity inside of a more romantic kind of thing going on. And these two are the actual true main characters to Orphic as well. Um, but yeah, this is what I'm working on right now. But I wanted to sit here and talk about more so myself, who I am, what I am about, what I like, because I feel like even though I've been doing this for years and I've restarted accounts, I'm on my last account that I will know. Oh my gosh, I will not be restarting from there. I'm on my last, account. I will no longer be doing this. Um, the whole restart thing. But I feel like people might want to know who I am. So, hi, I am Nadia. I'm also the face of Orphic and Vanity Witch. I'm the person behind the account. And if you've seen my stuff, yeah, thank you for seeing my stuff. If you haven't, that's perfectly fine. You might get another chance, or maybe this video can convince you to follow me on my social media. So let me throw out my social media real quick for a little bit here. And these are my social medias if you want to follow me on any of these accounts. But yeah, so I am a self taught artist. I have not gone to any form of official schooling or professional schooling in a sense. I also have the only kind of art training that I kind of went through is high school art, and I only took 2 years of that. I didn't get to intermediate. Um, I also have taken some little classes, not official classes, no, but these are workshops that show up in my Instagram ad feed. So I just sign up for those and I sit in those, or I will probably miss them because I forget when they are. And that is the extent of my formal kind of um my formal being taught, right? Formal learning. Other than that, I have been doing a lot of eh, doing a lot of observation, a lot watching YouTube videos, much like the normal artist in today's standards. We look at YouTube videos, and I have not even gotten to a point where I have learned anything from that Colosso or those Class 101 ads from Instagram as well. Um, with Instagram and those Class 101, uh, I don't know, I'm blanking out. Those Class 101 classes or those workshops and stuff like that, I never have enough money to do it. So while I would like to do that eventually, I think that would be a lot of fun, right? But no, the most that I learned from is from artists like Kasem. I don't know why I wanted to say Choso. Choso is from JJK. I don't know why I said that. But yeah, from Kasem from YouTube, and I found him originally on like Twitch. I was just scrolling through Twitch some years ago, and I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and let me check out his stuff. And he is also self-taught, so if you feel like you can't make it as an artist, kind of reference Kasem and some other people who have never had a chance to go to art school. And granted, art school is something that is probably really not outdated, but art school is more so something that is like expensive and stuff like that. But I've been seeing over the years increasingly more and more people dropping out of art school. If you want to go to art school, that's entirely up to you. I've learned how to draw without art school, so that's again, it's entirely up to you if you want to go down that route, right? And then I am also a writer, so I've been writing stories, much like the normal person, like the normal teenager. I've been writing stories since for a very long time, and I've been drawing for a very long time as well. If you want to scale how long I've been drawing and my expertise, I started out using pencil, paper, and rose art colored pencils. So with that, it's kind of crazy how I started out that way, and I didn't have anything. I didn't have any form of not training for coloring. I didn't know how to color. I didn't know how to color well. Um, and here I am. Let me show you something different. So here I am sitting here showing you my coloring. It's a little dark, so let me adjust this real quick. So now this is now fully adjusted, but you can kind of see how I am getting better at coloring and stuff like that. This character right here is Serena. She is from my manga Orphic as well. She is one of the main antagonists to the story. And of course, this character over here, who's kind of sort of like faded into the background because I didn't get to draw on him yet, but this is Dolian. Dolian is Kale's twin brother with opposing colors and even a more opposing personality. So he's more so of a angelic type character here, with the whole bells and whistles, but he has a rotted personality. But there's also a reason why I'm going to give him quite a really banger of a redemption arc. So kind of stay tuned for that, maybe. And then, of course, here is more of my coloring. This one is a commission. Just a commission that I'm working on right here. So this is kind of like you get a little bit of a flavor of my work. This is almost done. I just have to do a little bit more rendering on the hair, some rendering on the eyes, add a little bit more colors here and there. So this is what I'm working with here. Let me go up here and where are you? Gotta find my stuff. I think that's all where it is. But this is typically what I'm working with here. This is the stuff I'm working. This is my rendering and coloring. So it's like I came from a very far away land. No, I came from a very different background, right? A lot of us artists start off at using regular traditional tools, pencil, paper, and then from there I went through and upgraded my tools over time. So I went from pencil, paper, and Sharpie markers to gel pens and cheap watercolors that you get, again, rose art type of watercolors. And then I started to transition into using alcohol markers, which I have a ton of, at least I used to, and because I gave a lot of them away. But I had a bunch of alcohol markers from like Winsor and Newton and Prismacolor. So that's something that you want to invest in. They should be a lot less expensive than Copic markers. But with this whole economy, we don't know exactly where they typically land price wise. But I do know they should be about almost the same price as Copic, but a lot more cheaper. Does that make sense? Right. So then I started to transition. So then I started to transition into Copics, which I have a good amount of Copics plus their um, refills as well. So I have a whole container full of refills and a bunch of the containers full of Copics. Then, of course, I started to transition into digital art. So I'm going from smooth Bristol, Copic markers, fine liners, and some holographic watercolor paint to here I am using Clip Studio, right? I'm sorry, my nose is itchy. So because of that, I went, for digital, I started off with Procreate, and then I kind of deep dove within a few months into Clip Studio, and now I have the perpetual license to Clip Studio, so I don't really have to worry about a subscription of some sort, right? Pretty good. I think the only thing that I have to pay for when it comes to Clip Studio now is like the update pass, and that's all that I really need. But yeah, I feel like I came a long way. I went from in the way beginning drawing characters with no noses and no necks and looking absolutely weird. I don't have those pictures anymore. That was when I was like kindergarten. And now here I am trying to make it as a large artist as well. Right. But it's still a learning path. It's still a learning curve. It's still a lot of things that I need to do in the first place, learning form, anatomy, and stuff like that. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm the most perfect person for this type of stuff or perfect in any way, shape, or form. When it comes to my artwork, I'm still learning. And recently I started getting out of my own comfort zone so I can draw some more dynamic poses, as well as utilize the tools that are in Clip Studio, such as 3D models, backgrounds, 3D model backgrounds, stuff like that, as well as the effect brushes that I have as well. Which, by the way, I feel like if you are somebody who goes through and does not like people utilizing their tools, such as using 3D models or utilizing guidelines, people, babes, divas, guidelines are needed. You need guidelines. And there are people who are well tenured into being a manga artist or even some animators, they utilize 3D models. So these are professional tools. These are not tools that you just say, oh yeah, that's just cheating. Don't do that. Don't do that. We don't do that here, okay? So if you want to sit here and, you know, uh, support me further, you can kind of go here and, support me through following me on my social media. Go ahead and say howdy or ni howdy, and I will maybe see you guys in the next one. But let me know if you guys found this video educational. Maybe you want to follow me, tell me what you want to know, ask some questions, and if I feel comfortable enough, I will answer them. If you have any questions on Orphic or my manga as a whole, go ahead and go to my pin posts on either my most of my Instagram. My Instagram one is more updated, but go to my Instagram and check out my pin post, and that should have my Orphic synopsis. So you can ask questions there, go from there, really. And I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, or if the show's up somewhere else, like, comment, and follow. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, and I hope you guys have a good day. So, bye bye.